What parties were the best experiences?
The Diddy parties.
The
Diddy's. The Diddy parties. Wow. I had a fuck. Whoa.
Hold up. Where was they going?
Yeah. ATL. 48 hours. That's it, baby. Then I gotta go. And I'm leaving with all the soul. Yeah.
Running. Diddy, yo, Diddy took my.
From a long line of tricks in hoes. Yes, what's the eyebrow thing? I come from a long line of hoes. I'm not the first one, maybe in this generation, but it go all the way back to slavery time.
The beat that was in my ass that kept me sane. Right now, once he took the beat out, I was done. I was a totally different person.
With Suki?
I'm always with Suki.
They keep talking about the freak off with Diddy. I'm like, yo, ain't nobody ever got invited to the freak off. You know what? Wow, and that's when it hit me. I'm ugly. It hit me. I'm unattractive.
I told Suki I told Suki I pay all her bills for the next year. Like I told her, I start paying her bills, and then she stopped hitting me.
Say what now? Not Sukihana suddenly getting dragged into heavy industry rumors like this. Because right now, the chatter is loud, messy, and nonstop, and people are claiming she was not just around the scene, but deeply involved in it. According to what's circulating, Suki allegedly had multiple behind-the-scenes connections, and there are claims floating around that she was receiving a steady $75,000 a month. This is not even brand new talk either. Ray J hinted at these payments a while back when he and Suki were clashing online. But at the time, most people brushed it off as him just talking reckless. Fast forward to now, and screenshots and so-called receipts are suddenly everywhere, making people rewind the timeline and ask if they missed something important. Now everyone is asking the real questions. How did Suki even get pulled into all of this? And why is her name being exposed right now? Because leaks do not usually happen randomly. Before jumping too far ahead, it makes sense to rewind to where this situation really started gaining attention. The tension between Ray J and Suki did not start overnight. It kicked off when Suki posted photos showing off multiple Balenciaga bags, saying they were gifts and thanking Ray J publicly. That alone raised eyebrows. Not long after, she posted videos of herself flying on a private jet that Ray J allegedly booked for her and her child. At the time, people were divided. Some believed Ray J was just being generous, especially since he had recently bought Safari a Lamborghini. Others felt there was more going on beneath the surface. Things got louder when people remembered Ray J had also taken Suki on a luxury shopping trip to Chanel to celebrate her network launch just days earlier. That is when the dots started connecting for a lot of viewers. What initially looked like generosity began to look more personal. And as it turns out, those suspicions were not completely off. Once Princess Love entered the situation, everything escalated. Suki shared screenshots showing messages allegedly sent from Princess using Ray J's phone, telling Suki to let Ray J know he needed to stop reaching out. Princess did not stop there. She mocked Suki, suggesting she was not special and implying Ray J had multiple women involved. The tone of the messages made it clear she was trying to provoke a reaction. Princess even sent a photo of herself in a bathrobe, clearly attempting to assert proximity and stir more tension. The message read, "Hey Suki, it's Princess. I don't want Ray. Please tell him to stop hitting me up. I got his phone. There's a lot of girls in here, by the way."
Stop. No, stop. You're a bitch. What? Stop. Bye. Stop. Come out. I'm gonna f him up right now.
I'm trying to figure out what the do you got going on? Are you okay?
People were not feeling this at all. Because claiming you do not want someone while going out of your way to message another woman, send photos, and escalate the drama does not add up. That contradiction alone had the internet talking nonstop. Mind you, Princess was the one who originally filed for divorce, yet suddenly she was deep in her feelings about Ray J being linked to other women. That contradiction did not sit right with a lot of people. And once Princess realized the internet was not backing her the way she expected, she tried to reverse course fast. She started claiming she did not want Ray J at all and said the whole situation only happened because he went through her phone. And she said, "I don't want Ray. He went through my phone. I was being petty and returning the favor." But that explanation did not convince many, especially since she kept escalating things right after saying she was done. Instead of letting it go, Princess continued going after Suki, dragging the situation into even messier territory. Things crossed another line when Princess began posting messages that made people question Suki's health, which had a lot of viewers uncomfortable. She shared alleged texts from Ray J where he made inappropriate comments about still smelling Suki on him, along with a photo of a shirt he claimed had marks from her. The appearance of the stain sparked speculation online, and people quickly called out how unnecessary and humiliating it was to put that out publicly. One of the messages read, "I still got your scent on me. I kept it on. Haven't taken a shower yet." The internet immediately reacted, with many saying this was going way too far. At that point, it was clear Suki was not going to let herself be embarrassed without responding. Suki fired back by posting an old clip from Love and Hip Hop showing Ray J pushing Princess into a pool during one of their arguments. The timing made it obvious the post was meant to embarrass Princess the same way Suki felt she had been embarrassed. The back and forth had officially turned into a public dragout. Princess clapped back by posting an unflattering photo of Suki, mocking her appearance and adding a shady caption that read, "Okay, I'm done, I think." That post only added more fuel to an already chaotic situation. Just when it seemed like things could not spiral further, Suki's partner Snoop stepped into the mess. That is when the drama took an even darker turn. He posted photos and videos of himself wearing Ray J's chain, clearly taunting him, with captions calling Ray J out and daring him to respond. One post read, "Now you want to say Suki's name. I got your chain. Come get it." Another said, "Yeah, I'm rocking this tonight." The most disturbing moment came when Snoop shared screenshots of alleged text messages between himself and Ray J.
Yo, I woke up so creative today because people trying to mess with me. They trying to like ruin my happiness, but they can't. I got a new Twitch, right? Twitch is, I think it's Ray J Twitch. Come to my Twitch. We got a lot to talk about today, and we got a lot to show. I'm tired of females and dudes trying to press me and thinking that it's gonna turn out sweet. This might be one of the most all-time rants I've ever done, and I'm doing it on Twitch. And my first topic is Suki. My first topic is Suki and her boyfriend. Yeah. A lot of weird shit happening this morning, y'all.
In those messages, Ray J made inappropriate comments that had people seriously uncomfortable, with some viewers even questioning what kind of dynamic they had behind the scenes. Ray J also allegedly threatened to involve law enforcement to get the chain back. Snoop brushed it off and mocked him for even suggesting that, responding along the lines of not being worried and calling him out for trying to escalate things that way. Ray J's replies only made the situation look messier, with messages that many felt crossed boundaries and embarrassed everyone involved. From the outside looking in, it really seems like whatever Suki and Ray J had going on was never meant to turn serious. It was supposed to be light, casual, and kept moving. But somewhere along the line, Ray J clearly caught feelings. And that is where the balance shifted. Because unlike Ray J, Suki never got emotionally attached. She has a reputation for staying detached, staying cool, and keeping her emotions locked down even when situations start getting heated. Suki made that crystal clear when she posted a humiliating photo of Ray J sniffing the air, fully leaning into the joke. She captioned it in a way that made it obvious she was clowning him, saying, "He loves a good smell moment. This is him catching my scent. So who do you think is buying these now?" The post went viral fast, and people could not believe how openly she was embarrassing him. It was not subtle, and it was not kind. And if anyone thought that moment would finally shut the whole situation down, that assumption did not last long. Even after being publicly dragged like that, Ray J still went on The Breakfast Club and claimed he had been paying Suki $75,000 every month so she would not leave him. That statement alone had people shaking their heads, especially considering he has ongoing child support responsibilities that he has openly struggled with in the past. Yet somehow he was comfortable saying he was sending that kind of money to a woman who already had a partner. During that same interview, Ray J also brought up another confrontation, claiming Dr. Umar had pressed him over Suki as well. At that point, people started noticing a pattern. Multiple men were reacting emotionally over the same woman, and none of it looked calm or controlled. The way these situations kept escalating had viewers questioning why so many grown men seemed unable to let things go once Suki exited their lives. Ray J even ended up in a separate conflict with 6ix9ine over Suki, which only added to the chaos. Every time her name came up, another situation seemed to pop off. And then the rumors took an even darker turn. The streets started talking and whispers began spreading that Suki may have been present at some of those infamous industry parties that everyone has been side-eyeing lately. At first, some people dismissed it as a reach, but others were not so quick to brush it off. Given her deep industry connections and how often her name comes up in private circles, some felt the speculation was not completely random. The same rumors also claimed Ray J had been at those gatherings as well. Now, people are connecting dots and suggesting that whatever really happened between them may trace back to one of those events. The theory floating around is that they crossed paths in a setting that blurred boundaries, and Ray J never emotionally recovered from it. Whether that is true or not, one thing is clear. His behavior since then has looked obsessive, reactive, and unable to move on, while Suki continued living her life unbothered and detached. Suki, on the other hand, did not seem impressed by any of the chaos at all. From the outside, it looked like she went right back to moving how she always moves, staying connected to powerful industry figures and sticking close to her man, Snoop. While Ray J was doing interviews and explaining himself, Suki stayed quiet and kept it pushing. Now, about that $75,000 monthly payment Ray J claimed he was sending her. The streets have been whispering that he may not have been the one footing that bill after all. Some rumors suggest those payments were actually coming from Diddy, not Ray J, with people comparing it to similar situations they believe involved other women in his circle in the past. None of this has been confirmed, but once that rumor hit the internet, it spread fast and only added another layer to the mess. Public reaction was all over the place.
Me and Dr. Umar had an argument. He know that he likes Suki.
Yes.
But Suki's with me.
Okay.
So he can't like Suki. So he tried to press me. And I said, Dr. Umar, don't do that. Because you big, but you not big. You're not that big. I'll take you on.
You still with Suki?
Oh, Suki boyfriend 2 days ago, stand down. Don't you ever put your hands on Suki and we good. Other than that, y'all live your life.
And you still paying out, like, monthly, you hitting her off with the, what was it, $75K or something?
That ain't nothing.
Oh, okay.
Paying $75K a month for, but she right here.
Some people focused their criticism squarely on Ray J. One comment read, "Ray J is really spiraling. This is giving attention-seeking behavior and it's sad to watch." Others felt like he was doing too much publicly and hurting his own image in the process. Then there were people who aimed their frustration at Suki instead. One commenter said, "I really cannot stand Sukihana. I want her career to be over already." That comment alone sparked arguments in the replies, with some defending her right to live freely and others saying she thrives off controversy. At the end of the day, the internet picked sides fast, and nobody walked away untouched. One person looked exposed, another looked unbothered, and the court of public opinion kept dragging the situation further than it ever needed to go. What made this whole situation even more interesting was how differently everyone involved handled the fallout. Ray J stayed talking, explaining, and reacting in public, while Suki moved in silence. That contrast alone shaped how people interpreted the story. To some viewers, Ray J looked emotional and overwhelmed, like he was trying to control a narrative that already slipped out of his hands. Meanwhile, Suki's quiet approach made others believe she felt untouchable, like none of this chaos really mattered to her day-to-day life. The rumors about the $75,000 payments only deepened that perception. Once people started suggesting Ray J was not the real source of that money, attention shifted toward larger industry power dynamics. Online chatter framed it as another example of how certain entertainers operate behind closed doors, with money, access, and silence being used as tools. Whether true or not, the idea alone reinforced the belief that Suki was playing a much bigger game than Ray J ever realized. At the same time, critics questioned why Ray J would even make those claims publicly. Some felt he exposed himself more than anyone else by saying too much. Others saw it as a man spiraling because he could not accept being dismissed. The internet has seen this pattern before, where one person keeps talking while the other refuses to engage, and public sympathy slowly shifts away from the loudest voice in the room. Suki's name, however, did not escape judgment. Many viewers argued that controversy has followed her for years and that she leans into shock value because it keeps her relevant. Supporters pushed back, saying she simply refuses to conform to expectations placed on women in the industry. That divide became clear in comment sections, where people either defended her autonomy or criticized her for thriving in chaos. What this situation really exposed was how fast public opinion turns into entertainment. Instead of focusing on accountability or truth, the internet treated the entire situation like a spectacle. Rumors became headlines, reactions became memes, and real people turned into characters. By the time the dust settled, the facts mattered less than the drama itself, and everyone involved became part of a storyline bigger than any one relationship. At this point, the real takeaway is not even about who did what behind the scenes. It is about how fast situations like this spiral once pride, money, and public attention get involved. One person talks too much, another stays quiet, and suddenly the internet fills in the blanks however it wants. Rumors turn into assumed facts, reactions turn into verdicts, and nobody actually wins. What started as a private situation became a public mess because egos refused to let things die quietly. Ray J's biggest mistake may have been trying to control the narrative after it already slipped away. Every interview, every post, and every response only kept the story alive longer. Instead of earning sympathy, he ended up feeding the perception that he was stuck emotionally while everyone else moved on. The more he spoke, the more people questioned his motives, his priorities, and his need for validation. Public oversharing rarely works in anyone's favor, especially when receipts and timelines start contradicting the story being told. Suki's silence, on the other hand, became its own kind of statement. Some saw it as power, others saw it as avoidance. Either way, it worked. By not explaining herself, she let the internet argue on her behalf, for better or worse. Supporters framed her as unbothered and strategic, while critics painted her as someone who thrives off chaos without ever taking accountability. That split reaction is exactly what keeps her name trending, whether intentional or not. What really stands out is how quickly people choose sides without knowing the full truth. Online commentary often ignores nuance and replaces it with outrage or mockery. Instead of asking why these situations keep repeating in the industry, people focus on dragging personalities like it is a sport. That cycle keeps going because controversy brings clicks, and clicks bring attention. As long as attention is the currency, stories like this will never fully disappear. In the end, this situation says more about the culture surrounding fame than it does about any one individual. When relationships mix with power, money, and exposure, boundaries get blurry fast. And once things go public, there is no taking them back. Everyone involved walks away with a label, whether fair or not, and the internet moves on to the next headline without caring about the aftermath. So before you dip, make sure you smash that like button if you are riding with us, tap subscribe if you are a real one, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a single messy update. Trust me, you are going to want to be here for the next video.